Hello, I'm Whitless.
And I'm Errol.
Are you gonna mock me every time that I...
Well, why did you say it like that? Like it's a question, like you aren't sure. You know who loves you? You know, like
yes, I do. My mother loves me.
No, but you have a lot of fans, Manda. And
You're gonna make me snort tea.
Ooh, that wouldn't be good. Don't get my Miyazaki book. We are here to review
The Secret World of Arrietty.
Woo! We are on Gmail chat.
Yeah, and we were gonna try to pick the movie to see, and so I let Errol pick it this time around, and he responds with an all caps, "Is this out yet?" And it was
Is this out yet?
and it was it was the Miyazaki Secret World of Arrietty. It came out on Friday, and so we went to go see it opening night because Errol was bound and determined to see it.
Because you need to know the latest news on movies of Miyazaki. And you know the best thing is that when we got to the theater at 10:30 at night, there was no lineup.
Imagine that, a kids movie.
Everybody was all lined up. It was all lined up at Ghost Rider. Yeah. Wow. There's two people lined up because the theater was closed.
There's more. Yeah, there's two people, other people lined up, and then other people came in. So we weren't the only ones in the theater.
No, I think there were 12 or so people, and they were looking pretty non-cool. So
yeah, they were coming in.
Because I was kind of scared that you'd have a bunch of people that didn't really want to see it. The youths
are gonna get.
You call out things in movies?
Not in the theater, but when I'm watching it at home, I'll call out things.
Oh, really? So don't watch anything with you at home then, because you're gonna start calling out. It was like, "Hey, I like that."
No, I don't call out things like that. I'm much more intelligent in my comments. I think it through. You see.
That's why you have fans. I'm a huge Miyazaki fan.
Yes, he is.
We'll talk about this movie. As you can see from my Totoro poster that I painted and I show everybody.
You did.
I do.
It took an extra 5 minutes to set that up and get it just perfectly positioned.
This is a cool book too. If anybody listens to the podcast,
15 people do.
None of you who probably
including
watched this.
Me.
See, I was quoting from this book. It's Starting Point about Hayao Miyazaki, and it's a bunch of letters and thoughts. Now, the movie. It's not written by. Actually, no, it is written by Hayao Miyazaki, but not all of it.
It's not one of his big pet projects that he invests his entire lifetime into.
He might have just put the end at the end, and they just tacked his name on it because you never know. But it was still a Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah.
So other than Earthsea, it would have been good. But I think it's a new director. I can't remember who it was.
A Japanese guy.
Really?
It's based on the book called
The Borrowers.
The Borrowers, which I haven't read.
Neither have I.
And
did you see the 1990 movie with John Goodman?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, wow.
Secret World. What did you think?
Good. We also brought James. It was great. We brought James P. Sheridan. If you read the comics, in the comic it says that he's broke, but actually he was able to come with us to the movie. Huzzah!
Yeah.
And if you know James P. Sheridan, he has opinions about lots of things.
He is, yeah.
And he'll talk. And so I asked him, "So what did you think about the movie?" And he goes, "It's good."
Yeah.
And then there was silence.
That was it. Yeah.
But what did you think of it?
I liked it. It was kind of a nice change of pace. Because it's a really, it's a kid's movie, but it's not your typical kid's movie, I don't think.
No, because the thing it doesn't do is it doesn't try to appeal to the adults with...
It doesn't use...
adult humor. I meant like
the pop culture references.
Yeah, no, there's none of that.
A couple more adult jokes in there.
There were adult jokes in there?
No, I meant as an example.
Oh, okay.
It's a slower movie, too. There's not... when I compared it with the Borrowers of the 1990s, that was actually a much more action-oriented film, and it was much more big chase sequences, big sort of action-y bits, and this one only had a couple, and even then it was quiet. It wasn't like...
yeah, like for example, the crow. There's not really that much happening except, the crow.
Yeah,
so there's a crow, and then the poor Arrietty, well, getting blown by the wind.
That thing that blows.
A lot of the wonder, or a lot of the what's considered like, is the fact that she's a small girl in this big world.
Yeah, and they really did well with sort of capturing her view of the world, like whether it was through just seeing her compared to like a sugar bowl and how huge it is, or just her standing, just kind of taking in, because the movie's about this girl who is a borrower. She's about yay high, and she and her family live in this house, and a borrower is somebody that will borrow things from, when things go missing from your house and you don't know why, the idea is that it's these borrowers who...
They might steal a cube of sugar.
And you'll notice if you're that
and
OCD about it. And a pin and a Kleenex, tissue. They go and steal a tissue. So they have to go out on borrowing missions, and the movie starts with her basically going on her first one. So this is actually her first time seeing the house. It's really interesting when she goes into the kitchen, and it's just this huge, vast world to her, and you can hear it from her point of view too. The sound design was great.
And of course, because it's Studio Ghibli, the attention to detail is amazing. You'll only have backgrounds of rooms, of scenarios that you only see once, and yet they're just filled with the clutter.
The attention to detail with that was just great. The character of Arrietty is great.
Yeah,
I liked her. Because she's the focus of the movie, she should have a lot of personality, and she does. She's a great 14-year-old character, but she never gets too belligerent. When you have those movies you were saying last night.
Yeah, she's not like Errol. The father doesn't go all King Triton on her when she makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Because she always wants to check out the human world, right?
The father was my favorite character, probably. Actually, he's just this big stoic guy that he was Batman. He was Batman, and he would speak in this low, gravelly voice, and anytime he spoke, it was just these quick little one-liners,
But his voice was better than Batman. He didn't try to speak like this.
He's like, "That's my girl." And so, he wouldn't punish her. He would explain to her why it was stupid, the thing that she did, if she did something out of the ordinary. And she, in turn, wouldn't be all like, "But I want to!
And I'm rebellious!
I'm rebellious, and you can't tell me what to do." She'd be like, "No, you have a point, Father.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right."
And the movie isn't like some... I don't know, for them, it wasn't like a life-altering... I mean, it was, but it wasn't like some life-altering epiphany type thing that happens to them.
Nobody really changes, a huge
lot. They change a little,
They change a little, and it's kind of more true to life, and that was refreshing too. I also like that the quote-unquote antagonist of the movie isn't quite so antagonistic or quite so overtly...
But she's creepy.
She's creepy as crap, but she's
not creepy
evil.
she's not creepy in an evil way.
She's just creepy, actually.
Yeah,
she just comes up "Isn't that sound insane?" And you're like... Yes, it does, coming from you, lady. Oh yeah, what did you think of Spinner?
Spinner reminds me of Future Boy Conan. That's who he reminds me of. Now, nobody will probably know, unless you're a Miyazaki fan, won't know who that is, just like her. Why? What did you think of the boy?
I wasn't sure at first, and then he grew on me, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, because when he first came in, he started speaking like, "I go now. you help me.
But talking about pacing, they do take their time.
They
over
really
there,
take their
which is kind of
time.
nice. Even when she's just walking slowly to her car and getting in it to drive off. But the great thing is, I'm saying they take their time, but it doesn't feel like they take their time.
No,
right?
no.
There'll be pans over background.
There'll be things that a lot of American movies would consider extraneous. Like when Arrietty is climbing up the wall, she takes a moment just to look out at the backyard. And really, you wouldn't see that in an American film, I don't think. They wouldn't take the time to or like other things where they just glance at something, like a ladybug. And that ladybug never comes back into it, and I feel like
there's another ladybug that comes in.
Yeah, but
there's all sorts of bugs in the world. Now, for example, she's picking away ants, and the ants are about this big on her arm, and they're crawling over her. It's like, wow.
Well, it's like first
if
I was
it
like,
was me, I'm like, that's gross. I once, when I was younger, I got a caterpillar in the back of my pants. Not a caterpillar. I got a grasshopper in the back of my pants. Because you lean over and crack shows, and then the grasshopper jumps in. And I was like, bye! I'm going to get it out!
If I see a centipede, I will freak out.
Or one of those, what are they called? Silverfish thingy bangs? Those are awful.
I found one in my shoe!
I don't like... Or you did? Ew. Or imagine if you live like in a hot country, and you got like, cockroaches this big.
Hey, don't!
Would that make you used to great big cockroaches? No. They're gross.
They're gross. They'll always be gross. I'm not saying anything. Abuse. I'm delicate. I need to be treated as such.
You are a prize.
I am a freaking prize. You should feel lucky to be in my presence.
I am. You know what? And
why are you poking me?
No, because you see, because you're awesome, as your many fans have told you. Remember, like on comments, like
you're making me uncomfortable.
Or my
Errol.
sister, she constantly tells me how much she thinks you're funny.
Are you gonna edit this in to the video?
Yeah.
If you eliminate a plot point of a movie or something in order to show me being uncomfortable, then...
Oh dear, it's awesome.
It's more like a slice of life type of
environment.
Like you're just sort of seeing things a day in the life of. And
I would say that Spirited Away dragged me into their world more.
Yeah.
But
I think of the two, I enjoy
Spirited Away is like one of my most favorites, so it's kind of hard. But I would say, if anybody sucked me into the world the most, it would be Spirited Away in the big theaters, right? Even though a lot of the things were simple, but sometimes just the train going across, across the water, and there's nothing there except for water in that train, and I am entranced by that.
I think Spirited Away did a better job of it, but yeah, this one still held its own for sure.
Yes, and there was still a lot of character to Arrietty.
Yeah, Arrietty had a lot of character. I love the dad. I love the cat! There's a cat. It's awesome. Nobody else was laughing at the cat but me. It was just the perfect cat. It just was completely mostly disinterested for most of the movie, and I loved it. Because that's what cats do.
There's this one part, though, that's really funny. Not even funny, it's just how it's animated. The cat is trying to grab Arrietty, but there are these bars. But it's a fat cat. So yet it has its face mushed up against its bars, and
he's just
fat is pushing out through it.
Yeah, it's like fat's pushing through the bars, and he can't get to her.
And I am planning on taking my children. I couldn't, unfortunately, this weekend, because we've had too many busy things.
And it was an afterthought as well. We were on Gmail chat. He's like, I want to go see Secret Arrietty, blah blah blah. Let's go together and everything. And then a few minutes later, he's like, oh wait, I should take my kids to this children's movie.
My name is Errol.
I'm still Whitless.
You guys have a great day.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Night?
Yeah.
It's day.
Well, they might be watching it at night.
Yeah, but right now
It's night somewhere.